next level. I think you're going to make more than him. Boogie's on the Warriors.
The greatest reaction of all time.
I love that reaction. All right, so how good is this Warriors team now? Vegas, the books have reacted thusly. They're now 2-3 for NBA title odds. Vegas thinks a few teams, and I mean very few, have a shot because 21 of the 30 NBA teams have 100-1 odds or worse to win the title. The Dubs, the favorite to now three-peat. One of our favorites, NBA analyst Brian Windhorst, back with us on SportsCenter. Brian, how are players, now we saw Jaren Jackson Jr., other players around the league reacting to this move?
A lot of players who apparently have never had an Achilles injury are very excited. The guys who've had Achilles injuries know that this is going to be a really tough year for DeMarcus. Obviously, this was a shock value because nobody saw this coming. In my mind, Randy, I saw this. I was like, hey, man, this is cool. This is cool for DeMarcus because he's going to have a rough year this year. This is cool for the Warriors because it's a really nice risk-reward play for them. If he comes back and helps, it's going to be great. If he doesn't come back and isn't really able to contribute, no big deal. They're still a championship team. But, man, there was like an apoplectic reaction, like the league has been destroyed. I was completely blown away by the reaction to this, as if DeMarcus is going to show up on night one and go for 40 and 15. I mean, the Warriors are going to still have to sign another center because they're going to have to start somebody at that position potentially for 60-plus games. Now, again, I believe that we could be sitting here in March and this could be like a genius move and Boogie could be really contributing, and it makes a bunch of sense for them. It didn't make sense for a lot of teams because of his injury. So I wish the best for Boogie. I wish the best for the Warriors. But everybody just take a breath and calm down. They did not sign Wilt Chamberlain in his prime here.
No, they didn't. And they didn't even sign a healthy Wilt Chamberlain later in his career either. So let's move now from the champs to the also-rans, the Thunder, well over the salary cap. A lot of money committed.
Well over.
A lot of money committed to Carmelo Anthony, and he's one of the bigger reasons why they're so far over the cap. How might that impact, how might that change his future in OKC?
Yeah, where Carmelo Anthony is opening night could have a lot bigger impact on this season than where Boogie is. But so there's two important things with Carmelo and the Thunder. Number one is whether Melo is willing to change his role to come back from the starting lineup and be a scorer off the bench for this team, which is probably where they need him to be. If the answer to that question is yes, I think he's got a good future there. If the answer is no, they may have to evaluate their position. And the second thing, Randy, is how do Paul George and Russell Westbrook feel? Do they want Carmelo on this team? They were a big three last year. They really like him. It was a big moment when they traded for him. They've now both re-signed in the wake of Carmelo re-signing. If they want him on the team, I think he'll be there. But if they're indifferent, then I think there's a chance that Carmelo could eventually be on the market before the end of August when this decision would happen. We'll have to see how that plays out over the next 2 months. But I'm going to tell you, the Thunder keeping him on this team versus waiving him and stretching his contract makes tens of millions of dollars in salary cap and luxury tax difference. It is not something people like, oh, we'll keep Melo, everything's cool. This is a major decision.
Yeah, they are repeat offenders. So the luxury tax number combined with the roster number puts it close to $300 million for a team that did not make it out of the first round.
Not just close, Randy. It's over $300 million.
There you go. Brian Windhorst, we appreciate the insight, buddy. Thank you. All right, WNBA, ESPN2, it's the game of the week. And why not? Maya Moore in the late